Okay guys, welcome to tutorial where we're gonna learn something very important in programming. So it's really not important what kind of programming language you're using, JavaScript, C++, C#, Java, Python, whatever. You're gonna run into for loops all the time. They are extremely practical and usable. For loops, right. So why do we need them? Well, we're gonna use them every time if we wanna go somewhere. So we have starting point like 0. We have like this is like pseudocode, guys. Okay, so we have starting point, we have, let's say, ending point, and in the meantime we must figure out how to go to 1 to 2 to 3 or we can have bigger steps like 0 and then 10 and then 20 and so on. So for loops are all about starting point, ending point, and jumps from starting point to some, well, step numerous times until we reach final destination. So yeah, that's like very weird explanation, but hopefully you get it. Anyway, let's roll with the code. For loop, and then inside we're gonna have starting point, ending point, and how to jump. So let's define e as a variable that will hold starting point, which will be 0. It's up to you what it will be, but 0 for simplicity reasons. And then semicolon. You must use semicolon here, okay? In some languages they use comma, but in C# we use semicolon. Right, now what about ending point? Do we need x or y or z? Well, actually no, we just need e, but a bigger one. So we are trying to reach e, which must be smaller than 50 or smaller and equal to 50. It's up to you. Now we do have those points. How to jump? Well, again, semicolon, and then there is a shortcut in programming, e++. This means e right now is a previous e plus 1. Okay, so it is a shortcut for this. Let's say x we are going to use, except e. So x right now is previous x in a for loop, okay guys, not standalone, in a for loop, rolling all the time until we reach this. So x right now is previous x plus 1, or plus anything else, guys, anything else. So that's just a theory. Anyway, let me do this practically. So while these things are rolling, we need to print something for every occurrence of e. Well, I'm gonna, for simplicity reason, just print on a screen console.writeLine, and it is just enough to say e, because there is no need to use anything else. This is what is symbol for both of these points, starting point and ending point. Well guys, that's pretty much it. That's the whole philosophy. So let's press F5 and you're gonna see a bunch of numbers. There you go, from 0 to 49. Why 49? Because we are not using smaller or equal symbol here. F5, and now we are going to see 50 as a last one. Okay, can you change those things? Well, sure, you can say 10 here and 500 here, and the thing will work. It's totally up to you what values will be. So see, now for loops are kind of dangerous, because if you don't pay attention, you can get into a never-ending loop, and that thing will waste CPU time, it will waste memory, resources. Some very bad programmers, very ill-intended programmers can write malware that will just burn your hardware using much more advanced techniques based on for loop. So yeah, that's something you need to think about. Especially, guys, especially if you are working on other people's machines online, like you're creating a website and you do have very weird loop, that thing will still work on a website, but it will lead a bunch of resources of your hosting provider, site provider, so they can ban you. You need to pay attention that you don't have for loops leaking in the future like 5 billion times here. Right, what about jumps? Can we set them to be like different? Well, yes, but then you will not use e++, you can use, okay, now e will be existing e, previous e, plus, for example, 10. Okay, so we will jump from 0 up till 500 by jumps with a length of 10. So F5, and there you go. Okay, so you don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have 10, 20, 30, 40, blah blah blah. You get the point here. Okay, so there is yet another thing here for each loops, but we're gonna learn them when we handle arrays. So don't worry about that too much, don't rush too much in the future. We're gonna handle that like a pros. Anyway, thank you for watching, see you next tutorial. Ciao.